Hello everyone, I am Heather and I'm back with another video. Today I want to share my Italy travel scrapbook album. So I've pulled all the pages out of the album that I keep them in, which is a Project Life album. It's the bold black striped one from Becky Higgins, and I really like these ones with their rings in there. So that's what I keep my album in, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how I go through the process of narrowing photos, as well as how I remember everything by keeping it documented as I am on the trip. So that really helps me with journaling and with little detailed memories. So I will first show you the layouts, I think. So I've got it in chronological order. In our trip, we went to Italy in April of 2018, so almost a year ago. And first we started in Venice, then we went on to Florence, then we went on to Cinque Terre, and then Rome, and then Naples to see the ruins of Pompeii, and then back to Rome to fly out. So we saw quite a lot in a 2-week trip, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I still am not done my layouts, but I wanted to show you what I've got so far. So these are the photos I still have left to do, and I've got them all printed out. I've got it organized by location, and then I've got a tab for food at the back because we ate a lot of awesome food, and I'm excited to... Oh, those aren't all food. Some of these are photos I'm not using, or they were duplicates, but yeah, we had a lot of awesome food and it was great. So that's kind of how I organize my photos, and you can see I've still got a good stack, but I've gotten through over half of it. I think it was about that thick to start, and I've got them all on 12 by 12 layouts. I mixed in some pocket scrapbooking as well, which you'll see, so I'll just start by going through these. These two are going to be side by side in the album. So this one, I used lots of different pieces. This is from the Farmhouse collection from Wild Whisper. This is from the Palm Paradise collection, and I did some hand lettering on a lot of these for titles, so I hand lettered that. Got some embellishment clusters. Flip these that way. This one, I drew this gondola and cut it out of some black cardstock from Wild Whisper and added a little bit of detail with a gold marker, and as well as some gold splatters on there. And I really like it how it kind of borders the page, and this one of course is all about the gondolas. So there's a neat architectural art feature with the gondola going by, and then this gondola going by, and I journaled about the amazing singer we heard on that gondola. We didn't go on a gondola ride, but I of course wanted to scrapbook the pictures of it. This is actually probably the first page in the album because it's titled First Look. So this is when we flew to Venice airport and then took a water bus to the mainland. So this is myself and my husband Andrew. We went just the two of us on this trip, and this is the first cute, adorable street we saw. He had never been to Europe or out of North America at all, so this was really quite a cool moment for us to share. And even though we saw tons of adorable streets, of course, this one was special because it was the first look. Then we've got the Rialto Bridge, which was one of my favorite things. So I hand lettered the title here and put it up on foam squares. I've got some embellishment clusters with some washi tape, a little bit of, that's a stamp from the Out and About collection from Wild Whisper. There's some more. These are transparent little embellishments, and this puffy sticker. Those are from Taylor Evans' Paige Taylor Evans collection, her first one, I think, Fancy Free. And then I've got these cute little wood embellishments. I think those are freckled fawn, so this is a fun one. Oh, the yellow is a little bit of watercolor that I added. This one is a really cute picture that I took on a bridge. So there's a famous bridge in Paris that people put their locks on, but this happened throughout Venice as well, which I thought was really cool. So I titled it Love Locked. I love these stickers and the color. This is a stamp and the paper from the Wild Whisper, what was this collection? Oh, I should know. I'm blanking, but it was a Wild Whisper collection as well. Same with these. I stamped these and watercolored them in. And then this is from Rooted Love, the Wild Whisper collection. This page I think is just really pretty. I fussy cut this out of an ad that I had actually for a company, and I love the flowers and it really matches with this paper that I used, which I used because I'm wearing a floral dress in this. And I love this because it's a picture of Hotel Canada that we saw while we were there with 2 stars, hooray! And then I did my journaling around the border. I like to do that sometimes because it saves some space. And then these little diamond stamps and that little burst is from the Out and About stamp set from Wild Whisper as well. And I like this thicker set that is navy glitter foam. It's really pretty, and I found a surprising amount of pages to use navy on, so that worked well. This page, my hubby took this photo of me while I was sketching. We stopped for a little rest in this cute garden area in Venice, and I started sketching, so I titled this Urban Sketching. That's my hand lettering there. You can achieve this similar look because Wild Whisper has a stamp set that is the brush lettering, but I did most of these before we had released that. And then there's a second photo on a tag and the journaling about what I was doing on the back. Just slides in there. And these couple papers and these little pens are from our Wild Whisper collection. What's it called? One More Chapter. And then there's another one. I just fussy cut those out. And this is from the Wood Grain collection. Classic Wood Grains it's called. This one, I believe, yeah, this is the last Venice page. Although I still have more photos, like I said, but this was just kind of a page about us having some quiet moments and having some drinks at restaurants, doing some sketching and some journaling at restaurants. So I titled it Out and About, and I actually cut this out of the title card for the paper from the Out and About collection. And then there's lots of other elements. I think this page is pretty much all Out and About. I added this little sticker and these arrow stickers, but that's a fun one, and it's easy to just divide it in half and then treat it like almost 2 mirrored pages. So it gives it kind of dimensions like a traveler's notebook, which I like to do. So now we are on to Cinque Terre, and this was a gorgeous place. I highly recommend going here. We did a bit of hiking between the 5 cities that make up Cinque Terre because the name Cinque Terre means 5 cities or 5 towns, something like that. So it was really incredible, beautiful, right on the coast. So this was the hike we did. The pathway is like in the edge of these mountains, and you can see the next town coming up right there. And we took a picture. This was the next town behind us. It was just really beautiful. And all of these elements are Wild Whisper except the background paper. I believe I added that. But I really liked stamping these and using them as titles, and fussy cutting out a bunch of other stuff, stamping the wood, the stumps, so that was a fun page. I like this one. Next is my ocean hair page, and this was in the ocean at Cinque Terre. We stayed in Monterosso, and this was the beach there. It was gorgeous. I really liked using embossing powder here. This is one of Emerald Creek's baked textures. I think it's called Dirty Sand, and it really does look like a beach, so I put it on this one and on this one here. Love how that looks. I love this puffy heart embellishment, and then these are mostly elements from the Wild Whimsy collection, which has the mermaids. And my very patient husband took so many pictures of me trying to do the hair flip, so I wanted to get that photo. And then this title, it looks like hand lettering, but for this one I used the stamps from Wild Whisper. So we have the capital stamp and the brush script stamp that each letter runs into the next. And these are the stamps from the Wild Whimsy set as well. Next is this nice big photo of Vernazza. This was the town we hiked to from Monterosso, and it was just gorgeous, like postcard worthy. It was so beautiful. I kept it relatively simple, just did 2 embellishment clusters. This is an 8x10 photo, and I layered it on a couple Wild Whisper papers. I stamped this beautiful camera stamp. That's from Local King Rubber Stamp. Love them, they're Canadian as well. And a couple pieces from a thicker set and a little bit of stamping as well. So yeah, I kept this simple because I wanted the photo to shine for itself. So this actually in the album is going to be the page next to the pocket page. So here's my first pocket page that I'm sharing. So this was our hike, and I journaled about our hike, how it was very hot, but Andrew somehow managed to carry like a whole picnic with him, including a small bottle of wine, which was pretty amazing. And then these Coronas, we spent a ridiculous amount of euros on these Coronas, but they were so worth it after a long, hot hike. So it was pretty funny. I think we spent 10 euros for each of these Corona, which is about $15 Canadian, which is pretty crazy for a bottle of beer, but it was so worth it. No regrets. And this, I need to reprint this photo because it got too, like, it's too pixelated, so I'm going to print it in a square and incorporate this trekking card in there. And here is some of the picnic we had with meat and cheese on bread, very Italian. On the opposite side, it will go together with this page, which is another big photo. And I really like this aspect, which is see-through to the other page, and I just made a tiny tag that says "Travel makes you richer" with this adorable tiny key charm. It's so tiny and cute. I just love that part. I stamped adventure on this card of that house up on the hill. Did some other simple embellishing, stamped this here, and another lock, and then there's Andrew under an archway. Lots of beautiful, beautiful sights at this place. This was Manarola. We took the train from Vernazza, where we hiked to get to Manarola. And so here's a picture from Manarola. All the houses on the hill, super colorful. I love this. And I, again, kept it pretty simple. Just used a few layers of paper. The paper matting this here, I watercolored that paper to match and then ripped it into strips to matte the photo. And I used these cute little puffy house stickers from, I believe, Freckled Fawn to document that because they matched the house idea, and they're pink, and there's pinks in here. The title is Cinque Terre Manarola. I think my letters might need some extra glue. They're sliding. So that's that page. Again, just on some cardstock. This one, I think, goes with this next page. So this one, I used that photo again. And here's us on the beach. Here is looking back at the beach. It was so gorgeous. The water wasn't green like this, it was just reflecting from the trees, but it was this beautiful teal blue, as you can see in this photo, just completely gorgeous. So this says Monterosso, love at first sight, and then I cut out little embellishments and things from Wild Whisper paper collections and did some stamping. That little arrow kind of stamp is from Wild Whisper. Then this pocket page, I documented where we were staying. So we had this awesome apartment in a really nice couple's attic. So it was really cool. And it also had this terrace looking out where you could see the ocean. You could also see the ocean from the kitchen view. So I think this is the kitchen view. And I journaled about our Airbnb host. This little space here, I'm going to add a little sequin pocket, so I'll put sequins down there and then stitch across so that it keeps them in. And I haven't done the back side of that one yet. Next, we are now on to Florence. I believe, like I said, I have more photos for all of these things. I'm just kind of going at random documenting. Here is Florence. So we found our hotel place, which was really close to the Duomo. And this is that here. Really beautiful structure. So we climbed the Duomo's campanile. It was the tower that's beside it. And there were so many levels, and each time I thought we were at the top because I just figured it couldn't get any more beautiful, but we got to see some amazing views of Florence and the surrounding hills and mountains, and I thought this was a funny thing. I had this chipboard sticker that says something I'm bad at, so I put cardio in a dress, and this is what I was wearing. It was a relatively short dress, and it was windy in this tower, so luckily it was my husband behind me who only he got to see the sights, so that was good, I guess. On the back is more of the Duomo. So this is the views from, oops, I'm off screen. This is the views from outside and on ground level. So we took photos of each other in front of it, and it was a really busy page. So I put this glassine paper in front of this photo, so you can take it out and lift it up to see the photo if you want. And I just hand lettered that title, put a timeless sticker on there, and yeah, it was really gorgeous. So many details in there. Here is the page about Florence nightlife, which was one of our favorite things about Florence, is that it was really lively in the evening. There was all kinds of stuff going on. There was buskers. This guy was really incredible singing covers. The lights on the water were beautiful. We went to see the I think this is the bronze version of David, of course, and we did see the real David as well, but this is in David's park. I guess Michelangelo's park, Piazza Michelangelo, so Michelangelo's plaza. And this was, yeah, just a really fun one. I liked that I had these moon and star enamel kind of stickers that suited it really well. This paper it has the phases of the moon, so that was really appropriate. So I like how that one turned out. Next is the wine tour we did. So these two pages go together. Sorry, I can't zoom out anymore, but that's those two pages. So this one, I thought my title was pretty hilarious. I googled this title, but it says "Sip's about to go down," which is a play on words, and of course we are sipping our wine, so that was pretty good. I also like this photo of us in front of the barrels in the wine cellar, and we're doing a tasting there. I put my happy place. These wine embellishments are from Cheeky Studios, what are these? Die cut collection that we did with them for Wild Whisper, so it coordinated with our One More Chapter collection. Sorry, running out of words here, but these were added to that and it fit perfectly, obviously. And then this is the facing page, so I've got the beautiful winery there. I love that picture. It's been our desktop background for a while. These wine barrels, and then I took the sticker Chianti. This was a sticker of our wine tour, so everybody on the tour wore these stickers. And then again, this is from the One More Chapter die cut pieces that Cheeky did, and this says Wine in Tuscany, and a couple more pictures. When we were there in April, the vines were just starting to get their leaves for the season, so they weren't far along for this season, but they're just starting. So that was cool to see. So next, after Florence, I guess this should be in a different order because this was in Rome that we got our tattoos, but I'll have to figure that out. So yeah, we got tattoos on our trip, which was pretty cool. So it was kind of a whim of decision, and it was really amazing. So the tattoo that we both got, we got matching tattoos, is this mountain. That's on my husband's leg, but I have the same one, and it represents to us like the mountains of Italy, so it's commemorative of our trip, but it also is like the Rocky Mountains, so it also commemorates our home as well and our passion for adventure. So that's about the tattoo. My husband was being dramatic. It was not very painful at all, but he posed for the picture, which I thought was funny. These are the inks, the colored inks. We went to a place called the Bad Church Tattoo Shop, which I loved. They were excellent. Even though we didn't speak Italian, they spoke lots of great English, so we were able to communicate easily. Our tattooist in particular, this is his name, I guess. Well, this is his actual name here. But this is like his handle on social media. So he was really awesome too, super talented. Here's our before excited faces. I was clearly very excited. Andrew's looking a little unsure, but we were very happy. And then this is the facing page. So the tattoo shop itself was really cute. It had these vines that went over it. It had these rustic wood, and you go into the glass door, and it had some nice chalk tattoo signs there. So I took a picture of this sign here. So this part where it says "Walk-ins welcome" is my photo of this folding sign. Right there, it says that down there, and then this is a picture of the sign as well. And there's me, nice and calm, getting my tattoo done. There's the artist, so it's on the back of our leg for both of us. And yeah, it was just a really amazing, awesome experience to get our first tattoos in Italy. It was super cool. Okay, so next is another double page spread, so these go together, and this one's titled "Window Obsessed." So because this is getting so long, I'm going to split it into two parts, so stay tuned for part 2. It'll be posting right after this first part, so click over to that. I'll put the link in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far of the layouts. In the second part, I'll show you the rest of the layouts, and I'm going to talk about how I kept track of everything we did in my traveler's notebook and in my travel journal. So I'll show you both of these in part 2. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.